It feels like grocery prices just keep rising. If you are struggling to find affordable family meals, then this video is for you. Welcome to Meals with Maria. Today I have 3 meals for just $20. I went to Walmart and I found 3 very filling, delicious meal options with just $20. And I know it feels like these days that's almost impossible, but it can be done, especially at Walmart in my area at least. I know sometimes it's like your miles may vary, but it's still an inexpensive meal kind of no matter where you are, and I'll make sure to give you tons of swaps. This video is also in collaboration with Mindy over at See Mindy Mom. I'm super excited about this. I know both of our channels are similar. We both provide budget meals. Mindy is an amazing person and friend, and she shares really great budget tips. She's an excellent pantry shopper, and she really knows how to stretch a dollar. So I recommend you check out her channel, and she's also going to be providing you 3 meals for $20. So what we hope is we can basically provide almost a week full of meals for less than $50. So the 2 videos combined will give you 6 total hearty, healthy family meals for just $40. So please, after you watch my video, go down to the description box and click on Mindy's video and make sure to subscribe to her channel as well, because I know you're gonna love it and get lots of amazing tips from her. Here's what I got with my $20 and what I plan to make. Okay, we're gonna go through this quick because the whole family's here and they're ready to eat and they want me to cook. So for the first meal, we're gonna have cheesy pinto beans. All these meals are from Budget Bites. And so I got 2 containers of pinto beans. Onion actually goes with the second meal. We'll use some garlic probably. I got sour cream kind of as a topping for this, and I'm gonna use it in some corn later this week. So that's why I grabbed that, and also some cheddar cheese. The jalapeno is gonna be optional, but I did grab it for myself because I knew that I would enjoy it, and I'll probably just like slice that up to put on top of mine. We'll use some of the rice for the cheesy pinto beans, and then the second meal is gonna be a chicken thighs with rice, a 1-pot chicken thigh. I actually had asked for the 10-pound bag for like 6 something of the full legs, and unfortunately they did not have them, so they replaced them with this, which means we're definitely going to be eating a little bit like tighter on the chicken than I anticipated. So if you can grab that full like chicken leg, or even like the drumstick value pack for 10 pounds for less than the $6.86, I would do that because you're gonna get a lot more bang for your buck. But we'll do fine off of what we have. So I'll be making the 1-pot chicken rice, and I'm gonna put some broccoli on the side. And the final meal is gonna be a barbecue chicken, so that's why I'm saying that's not like a lot for all 5 of us, but we'll make it work. Like I said, the kids don't eat too much, and we got rice and stuff. And then barbecue sauce, corn. I'll probably make up a special kind of almost like a Mexican street corn type thing with that. We're gonna zhuzh up our mac and cheese, just this really cheap box of it, and make it actually taste really good because we have extra cheese and stuff to do with that. And then some cornbread to go with that. And that's gonna be like, you know, our kind of idea of this traditional barbecue meal. And that's all 3 meals for under 20 bucks. And let's get started. We're going to start off with cheesy pinto beans from the website Budget Bites. The Budget Bites website has a ton of really inexpensive recipes, and I have enjoyed everything that I have ever tried from there because it's very flavorful. So these cheesy pinto beans I'd seen a while ago, and I was like, I need to try them. They are a hearty meal, and they're basically for pennies on the dollar. So it's a great way to kind of stretch your money during the week. I also wanted to say that I will put all of the prices for everything that I purchased down in the description box in a list so that you can see exactly how much every single thing cost in my area. At least you can kind of compare to yours. We're going to start with 2 cloves of minced garlic. It is great to have fresh garlic, and it definitely is an inexpensive add-on. However, if you already have garlic powder on hand and you want to save a few pennies, go ahead and just use garlic powder instead. You do not have to use fresh. You can always use what you have on hand. I did end up using this fresh jalapeno in the entire thing. I know at first I said I wasn't going to, but I decided that I think that one of them cooked down would just give it a lot of flavor and wouldn't be too spicy, and I was correct. It was not too hot for us, so it's your choice whether you want to add that or even something like it if you have like a jar of green chilies. Those always add a lot of flavor to a meal like this. However, you can totally skip it if you're not a spice fan, or again, if you want to shave a few more pennies off, because Jalapenos are pretty inexpensive. You can usually get one for like 50 cents, which is a great price. However, if you want to not spend that money, you could always add in some like chili powder or some cayenne pepper, just something you have from your spice cabinet, even like a little bit of Frank's Red Hot sauce, and that will give it a little bit of spice as well. In a saucepan, add a tablespoon of cooking oil, heat that up, and then add in your garlic and jalapeno, and you want to saute that over medium heat for about a minute, just until that garlic gets fragrant. Then you're going to want to add 1 can of pinto beans to a blender with the liquid in the can. So you're going to puree all of it together until smooth. With the other can, you want to drain the liquid, rinse it, and then pour the beans right into the pot. And then we're going to also pour the liquid pureed beans right into that same pot. And at the same time, I have set aside 1 cup of my rice, and I'm going to use that in the 1 pot chicken and rice. That's how much you need for that. And the rest of it, I'm just cooking on the stovetop. Actually, I already cooked it to make sure that it's ready. You can cook your rice however you want to, but you're going to want it to be ready with your pinto beans. For spices, you want to add a 1/4 teaspoon of smoked paprika, a 1/4 teaspoon of ground cumin, and an 1/8 of a teaspoon of freshly cracked black pepper. You want to stir to combine and then heat through over medium heat until fully warmed through. Then you want to add a 1/2 cup of shredded cheddar cheese. So I just took my block of cheddar, shredded that up, and added that right to my beans. And this is pretty much the finished product. There is so much flavor in this. It is a really, really good, hearty meal, and it is extremely inexpensive. So this is one I'll definitely be making again. It's also going to be great for a meal prep type thing, because I feel like this would make a great lunch too. Next up, we're making 1 pot chicken and rice. There is so much flavor in this. It was so delicious. The entire family absolutely loved it, and we felt like it was pretty healthy. This was a pretty good one that really made everybody very happy. We're gonna start by seasoning our chicken thighs. I ended up grabbing 6 chicken thighs. There was actually 10 in the package, and if I were to do it again, I probably would just grab 5 and then do 5 for the barbecue chicken too, but I kind of accidentally grabbed an extra one and didn't realize it, because you know how sometimes they're just like stuck together? So in order to season these chicken breasts, you're gonna want 2 teaspoons of paprika, 1 teaspoon of dried oregano, 1 teaspoon of dried thyme, a 1/2 teaspoon of garlic powder, a 1/2 teaspoon of onion powder, a 1/4 teaspoon of salt, and a 1/4 teaspoon of pepper. And don't you worry, the recipes will all be down in the description box, because I know that is a lot of different seasonings, but utilize your spice cabinet. And if you don't have some of those things, it's okay to substitute, or if you have like a favorite chicken seasoning, go ahead and cover it in that. It doesn't really matter exactly what you put on it. You just want to make sure you're giving your chicken lots of flavor. And how cute is my little sous chef hanging out around my legs there? Go ahead and give this video a like if you think he's pretty cute. And while you're at it, go ahead and subscribe so that you can see more of Ben and the other kids and me cooking budget meals all the time for you. As you can see, I'm working really hard to make sure that the chicken is kind of fully covered in all of the seasoning, so do it however you like. You could probably even just put it in a bag and shake it up, and I think that would work fine too. In either a deep skillet or a Dutch oven, or I'm just using like a large, basically it's a Dutch oven. You want to heat about a tablespoon of cooking oil over medium heat. And once that's shimmering and hot, go ahead and put your chicken down in there, and we're going to brown this chicken. So you want to make sure that you get a few minutes on each side until it is well browned. And then you can actually remove the chicken from the pot. While the chicken was browning, I just diced up 1 onion. This is classic me. I'm realizing now as I'm watching this that it said to brown the chicken on both sides, and I just browned it on the skin side, but it worked out fine that way, so maybe you don't need to brown it on both sides, but you can see how golden and crispy that skin got. I love a crispy skin on a chicken like this. And then to that oil and those chicken drippings, you just want to add in that onion, and we're going to cook that for about 5 minutes or until it's softened. To the softened onions, add 1 cup of uncooked rice, and you want to saute that for 1 or 2 minutes until the rice is kind of toasted. And a little bit of a failure on my part, but to that rice and onion, you want to add 1 3/4 cup of water, and then 2 of the chicken bouillon cubes. And then you're going to kind of mix that around, make sure those bouillon cubes dissolve, and then add your chicken back to the pot. Bring it to a boil. turn the heat to low, cover, and cook for 20 minutes. And then after 20 minutes, you want to turn off the heat without lifting the lid and cook for an additional 5 minutes. I guess this is kind of a no-peek chicken because once you lift that lid, your chicken and rice is fully cooked and absolutely delicious. Like, that rice was perfectly cooked. I always get nervous about things like this. Like, is that rice going to be cooked after this amount of time? But yes, it was. And for our vegetable, I just cook that broccoli right up in the microwave. I love cooking stuff like this because it makes it nice and easy for you, and it's nice and cheap. And then I did add a little something extra ours, so I opened it up and I put in the Trader Joe's everyday seasoning, and I topped it with some Parmesan cheese. However, it's fine on its own. You can add whatever you like to it. I also like to do like a little bit of garlic powder, onion powder, and salt, and I find that that gives a lot of flavor to a broccoli as well. Overall, like I said, big hit in our house, and this one pot meal is so simple. It's something that I will definitely be making again. So for our final dinner, this is kind of like everything I have left. So with the chicken and rice, I had used 6 of these, and I actually ended up with extra chicken. I think even like 2 extra pieces of chicken, and we had that for lunch the next day. So there was so much food from that meal. There was a full lunch portion left over. If I was going to do it again, I would probably save one of those pieces of chicken and then have cooked it with this and done like a barbecue chicken. But because I only have 4, and this happens, right? We have to adjust. I'm actually going to probably pop these in the Instant Pot and make like a pulled chicken. And so we'll do pulled chicken, corn. I'm going to zhuzh up this mac and cheese because I have lots of extra cheddar, and we're going to make it even better, like a better version of mac and cheese. And then cornbread, why not add cheddar if we can, right? Extra something, because we can use it. And we've got our barbecue sauce to do our pulled chicken. So I think that is the plan. This is going to be like the full barbecue meal. I know there's not like veggies in here, but this is like, I thought about what my family likes to use in order to have like a barbecue dinner. And we usually like cornbread, we like mac and cheese, and we like the corn. So it'll be enjoyable. Now, when it comes to the corn, I am just going to cook this up according to the package instructions and probably just put some butter and salt with it because that's how my family likes it. However, if you're really going like for that barbecue style, I'm going to put a recipe down below for dishwasher. I'm going to put a recipe down below for a Cajun style corn. There's a Southern Cajun corn that really goes well with kind of the barbecue mixture, and we get that at our favorite local barbecue place. So like I said, I'll put that recipe down below, but just for like the kids and everything, I'm going to cook it as is because that's how they like it. Okay, so I'm just adding my chicken right to my Instant Pot, and maybe even just making sure it's all down there. We're going to add in a little bit of salt it up, and some fresh thyme. And when I say fresh thyme, I mean dried thyme. Yeah. As well as 1 cup of water. Gonna close her up, set it to sealing, set this to 15 minutes on medium. In the meantime, I'm gonna get my mac and cheese started. So we're just gonna boil some water, and I have my oven preheating to 400 degrees to make the cornbread. Okay, so the cornbread says you need a pan, and you're gonna spray it down, and then you're gonna heat it up in the oven for 8 minutes at 400 degrees. In the meantime, it's gonna be this simple. We're just gonna add 3/4 cup of water to this in a bowl, and then when that pan comes out, we're gonna pour it right into the pan and put it back in the oven for 16 to 20 minutes. It's gonna depend on your oven. I'm gonna start with 16 and see what mine looks like. I'm just gonna microwave this. I forgot that I said I was gonna do like a Mexican corn, but we actually used all of that sour cream the other day when we had the pinto beans, so I don't have extra to add to that, which is fine. So we're just gonna microwave it, add some salt and some butter, and it's gonna be great. So you can totally just make this according to package instructions. I'm gonna add in some butter, and we're gonna add a couple tablespoons of milk. Like I said, heavy cream is even better. Mix that up. We're gonna add in the flavor packet, and we're gonna also add in a nice big handful of cheddar cheese, about a 1/2 teaspoon of garlic powder, and a 1/4 teaspoon of smoked paprika, and that's really going to elevate this. So we'll do a quick release, open her up, see what we got here. Woo! And the chicken should be fully cooked, and look at all that. That's actually bone broth in there, so you can save that too. And if you didn't buy the chicken bouillon and you want to make the chicken and rice, you could actually make this meal first, save your chicken broth, and then use it for your chicken and rice. Even more thrifty. So your choice on how you want to do this. I'm just going to kind of pull the skin off. I wanted to leave the skin off on because it's actually good for the bone broth, but you could always pull it off beforehand if you don't like that, and you know, however you want to do it. And then we're just gonna see how easy that is. We're just gonna shred this chicken up, and it's gonna make an amazing pulled chicken.
Pulled chicken.
And the corn.
How lucky are we to have a mama that likes to cook? You know, some mamas don't cook.
Yeah.
How's that, JJ?
Good.
How good?
I mean, if you don't have a mom, definitely your mom doesn't cook if you don't have one.
That's true.
Do you like this meal, Tommy?
Yeah.
What'd you say, Benji? Cheese. Benny says cheese every time you show him the camera now. He's so cute. Cheese. I hope you enjoyed these meals and got some great inspiration for your dinner this week. Make sure to check out Mindy's video in the description box below to get 3 more meals that are on a tight budget. I know you're going to love them. They're going to be delicious, and I'll see you all very soon.
Like you.